Yeah.
I think I go with Casey with like first impressions and stuff. It's the guy, but relationship, half and half, I'd say.
Okay, so I agree. I think the guy should up until a certain point, but we actually came across Matthew Hussey is his name. He's a New York Times bestseller. Just came out with a book called Get the Girl. Quick plug. I don't know why.
Get the guy.
Get the guy. And we're going to play some audio from him to get his kind of mindset on that topic.
Look, okay, to give you a quick
That's
answer on, firstly, I think we should just deal with the who should pay thing to begin with. When you're on a date, who should pay?
Amen.
I know. I mean, that's what I told them. I'm sorry.
But-
I would say, I'm dating. We're dating.
But here's the
gentleman here.
Okay, he's supposed to pay.
Yeah, that's what I told him.
But you're supposed to have sex with him whenever he says.
No. Whenever what?
Where does this double standard come from? I'm sorry, it's the reality. You guys can moan at it all you want, but the moment you say to a guy, you have to fucking pay for my time, you're saying this relationship isn't equal. This relationship isn't equal. My time is worth more than yours, so you should pay for it.
Okay, so I just wanted to play that, right? So, I mean, what do you guys think about what he was saying? Ashley?
I mean, let's just talk about some facts here. Like, men make 21% more than women do nowadays, too. And I think it's important, like, men invest their money into things that they want and their time and stuff. And I think men, it's important for them that's how they show their heart, is how they treat their women and stuff. And I think we do other things on the other end to kind of make up for not paying for all the time. Like, I mean, I can make sure the house is clean and the laundry's done and all this stuff. And I think that makes up for other things. There has to be roles in a relationship, and I think that's one of them. I think a man should pay for his woman. I think it's important.
Even if the guy makes more than her?
Especially,
or the woman makes more than him?
Well, I mean, what's the likelihood of that nowadays,
Well, what you're talking about, Ash, to me more sounds like when you're in a committed relationship, like you've been for all these years, where there's this balance of jobs or roles of the relationship where the man may get the money, you can take care of the house, and you all, share the money because you're both doing different jobs. This is more of a dating situation, right?
Yeah.
Like just getting to know somebody, and, this girl's asking, 4 or 5 months in, should I pay for my man? And this guy's saying, well, no, it should always be split just like a good friend.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like, because women are always talking about equal rights and all that. I know I'm not trying to go too far off the path, but women want everything, the man gets, whether it's equal pay, everything. I feel like women want everything that a man has, and I feel like a part of that is, you should. I think she should offer to pay. I think there's at today's day and age, like there shouldn't be any kind of like.
I like that
separation.
I love it when a girl offers to pay. Like, there is supposed to be some of this equal, relationship that we're supposed to be having, and I don't really expect you to pay. Like, I asked you out. Typically, the person who asks the other person out should be the one to pay for it. I mean, that's just how I feel. Mm-hmm. Like, if a girl came up and asked me out, I feel like she should probably have to pay for whatever we're going to be
Which
doing.
is a daily occurrence.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. All the time.
I agree with that. I mean, with AJ and me in our relationship, there's times where he was going through a really hard time, and I think, I'm not going to be there sitting like, oh, you're not making any money right now, and this is over. Like, you have to. There is a catch-22 to it, and that shows how much you love somebody, and you should pay once in a while. But do I think the men should pay more? Yes, I think. But I offer all the time. But I like to hear no. I like to hear no, don't worry about it. Like, that's my favorite thing to hear.
I don't know. I mean, whenever I go
hey, can you...
When I go on a date, I like to kind of observe that.
I do that to Casey all the time. He's like, nah, bro. I'm like, what? Are you serious?
Mick, do you have anything on that? I'm sure you're holding back, man. Give it.
Basically, dude, I just think that I've done a lot of dates in my day, and from Hawaii to California to Texas, everywhere, dude. And it seems like there's this typical mindset that they need to be treated out and stuff. And I get that, it's cool. But, I feel like I work hard, and I feel like this is a 50-50 deal. My organs downstairs are just as good, or maybe even better, and they need it.
Mick, you're such a diva.
So I think I would like to be taken out and have some flowers, cards, and candies. Thank you football tickets, Blink-182 tickets. I want to be treated out, and I don't ever get that.
Well, that you should. I mean, I think whatever woman you're dating should be like, hey, I'm going to take you out, you know? Like, I think that's important. Like, I've done that with AJ where I'm just like, I'm going to take us to a movie and dinner, you know, and I'll treat us to that. But I want to offer it.
I do want to add the separation here, which I think this is more of a topic about dating, not about a relationship. I think in a relationship, like, you know, that's where you're more talking about.
Yeah.
It should be more equal. You already have love and caring there. This is like, you take a girl out for the first date. You know, a lot of what I'll do is, you know, can I pay? No, I got it, but you want to pay tip. You know, something like that. That's all I got to say.
I feel like you have the more logical approach to that, though. I mean, it makes sense. I feel like
I've had a lot of problems in my past relationships, John. Like a lot. Well, not really, but the one I've never dealt with is money, because the girls I'm dating were, you know, usually mature enough where it was just always equal. You know, there was never an issue,
right?
Which was very nice.
I don't know. Mick and I are from the South, and I feel like, you know, I was brought up, you know, the guy pays for the meal, the guy opens the door. But being out here in California, I think, I don't know, women are a little bit different out here. I feel like they almost expect me to do it, you know?
Well, I don't think you should expect anything from anybody, period. Even when it comes to just anything in general. And you shouldn't be, like, with just dating, if me and AJ were just dating, I mean, he would just do it, and like, because that's just the kind of guy he is. But I would offer to be like, I got this one, don't worry about it. You've been doing this a few times now, and
that's
it's
cool
my turn.
Of you.
Well,
that's cool of you.
I try. You know, and there's times where when me and AJ first started dating, and because technically we are still dating, we're not married or anything, we're in a relationship, but we're still dating, you know. And there was a few years where AJ wasn't making like any money, and he was just making rent, and Mama over here was taking care of
Mama
taking care of things, you know. And I like to go out and do things, and I'm not going to restrict myself because he can't do it, so I'll take care of him. And now it's twofold, like karma comes around, you know, and he's taking care of me. So I think that's why we've lasted so long too, because when somebody's at their lowest point, the woman should also stand up and be like, I got you. Like, I want to make sure you're having fun as
You're
well.
each other's rock. Aw.
Yo, what is that? What's that song? Lean on me.
But I'm telling you right now, if AJ pays for the whole day, he's definitely most likely going to get laid at the end of the day.
He's going to get it in?
Yeah, because it's manly.
I paid for dates for a year and a half, and it definitely didn't go that way.
Man. Well,
Yeah.
I don't know. That's an interesting topic. I don't know. I like that.
Me too.
All right.
I guess we didn't agree. We didn't disagree that much, huh?
I know. What, man? I was expecting something crazy going on.
Reasonable people. Come on.
All right, guys. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with another segment that we're trying to, test out.
Oh yeah.
All right. We are Skull and Bones Radio. Stick around. We'll be right back.
We'll be right back. Skull and Bones Radio.
Welcome back to another round of the Skull and Bones Show.
Tastes so good, make you want to slap your mama. Matter of fact, come here, mama. Right here on Skull and Bones Radio.
Welcome back, everybody.
Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back to Skull and Bones Radio.
Oh,
Ashley's WTF.
Yep.
What is that all about?
Okay. So, like I've said before, I stumble upon things on the internet, and it makes me say WTF. And I guess this kind of goes along with the segment we had, just before, of the woman or men should pay kind of thing. Because this woman, snapped at her husband for kind of a similar situation.
Probably because he didn't pay.
Well. Okay. So, the South Carolina woman is charged with stabbing her husband with a ceramic squirrel.
Wait, what?
It's kind of funny.
Wonder who paid for that.
Okay, so this is an older story. This happened Christmas last year, but it's so good I had to say it. And it's so the Southern Carolina woman was held on domestic abuse charge for allegedly stabbing her common-law husband with a decorative ceramic squirrel when he came home late on Christmas Eve without any beer.
Jeez, for beer, huh?
That was it, just beer?
Probably Matty Ice, right?
Huh? Yeah,
Matty
right?
Ice, yeah.
Yeah, totally.
Sounds like a Disney crime.
So the woman, Helen Ann Williams, she's 44. and they live in North Charleston, is held on bail for $10,000. Records show Friday she faces hearing in Charleston City on court, whatever, that doesn't matter, but with aggravated nature. According to the police, Williams' 41-year-old husband set out to buy some beer late Tuesday night, but returned home empty-handed because the stores were closed. That enraged Williams. According to the report, and her husband set out making himself a sandwich. She picked up the ceramic squirrel and clonked him over the head with it. Then it broke, and she started stabbing him in the chest with it.
Okay, wow. So that makes a little more sense.
Does that, like, it's all coming together now?
Okay.
The man fled to a neighbor's home and called 911. When the officers arrived shortly that midnight on Christmas Day by now, they found him covered in blood with cuts in his shoulders and face, according to the report. When he took off his shirt, they found a big gash in his chest. Initially, Williams tried to persuade police that her husband fell, but officers were skeptical because he also had blood on her. She had bloods on her hands and her clothes and stuff. They weren't life-threatening wounds, but she went off. The condition of the squirrel isn't reported, so I don't know what's going on with the squirrel. But yeah, so she popped off and started stabbing him with a squirrel. So
I don't know how I feel about that. I could see. I was thinking like, it was an actual squirrel. Like,
well, yeah, that's to draw your attention in. But I was thinking that too, and then I clicked on it, and I was like, okay, this all makes sense now. Like it was not like an actual squirrel. Because poor thing, imagine if it was, poor squirrel. Like, that's not fair.
Yeah, that squirrel would have been dead. For sure.
Yeah, that's a crazy story.
Like, squirrels have bones, but they're pretty, like, fluffy, too. Like, that would have been an experience.
Yeah, like, that would make the story a little bit more interesting. But what would you guys do if your woman
came at me?
Would you break, like, one of the other ceramics to start going after her? Or the beer? Like, oh, there's no beer, actually. That's why she's mad. But
well, okay, so I can kind of see how this goes down, right? So she clocks him over the head, right? And that dude is woozy, right? Like, he doesn't know what's going on, disoriented.
I like how you're closing your eye.
He's all disoriented, doesn't have any clue. He's like, what the? I just went out to go get beer, and they're all closed. Sorry, babe. Like, I don't know what happened. Thing breaks, and then she just starts stabbing him, like,
dude,
with the sharp pieces of the ceramic. So my first thought was, like, how did the man just not overpower the woman? But then I started thinking about the, man, I could be like a detective, like a CIA.
Yeah, like, right? You sound like one right now.
You just walk in, kind of close your eyes. I think there was a movie like that.
CIA agent Casey James, everybody.
Yeah, you just get knocked over the head, though.
So I guess I could see why he didn't get overpowered, or why he wasn't able to overpower her in the first place.
I don't know. I feel like that's the kind of story that would Carolina?
Yeah, of course.
That's the kind of story that would come out of Carolina.
Carolina or, like, Florida.
The women are, people were crazy out there.
Yeah, I mean, I think sometimes I want to do that to AJ, like, I think, how many times has he really gotten under my skin where I could break a ceramic item in our house and start going after him?
I feel like you're plotting something.
I would just
there.
knock him over the head, though. I wouldn't stab him. Like, that's, like, violent.
What's funny is probably be for not getting beer for you or wine. That's a reason.
Like, where is it? Like, and it's Christmas. That poor guy, like, all the stores were closed. So obviously this woman's probably been violent with him before. Like, you just don't pop off like that out of nowhere.
I wonder if they had kids. Like, can you imagine witnessing that?
I don't think so. I think it would have mentioned that. But she's 44 years old, so maybe they're out of the house already. I don't know. But you should see her. She looks like she would do that. But yeah, so
that's crazy, man. I couldn't. I'd hit her right back. I don't even care.
No, and the thing is, like, I have friends that have beat up their boyfriends, and I'm always like, how did he not, like, overpower you and, like, whatever? And I don't know. I think it's just you get in shock when your woman starts hitting you and stuff.
Yeah. Well, like I said, you get clocked over the head with this ceramic animal, and then you're all like, oh, whoa, what just happened? All I did was just not bring home beer,
Oh, Merry Christmas.
She looks like a meth addict or something.
She probably wasn't all there. You can't be, like, just level-headed and do that, That poor squirrel, though. That sucks. I wonder if it was an antique.
Could have been.
But
yeah. I've seen some other ceramics out there that are, like, kind of weirdly shaped and stuff like that, so that's funny she used a squirrel.
Yeah,
all right,
that's
so
it. WTF.
That's our daily dose of What the F. Ashley's What the F. Casey, man, you ready over there?
Ooh, yeah, I've been preparing. We've had a long time.